computer. I didn't
We're
know
going
that
live.
you were
We're going live
connected.
now, please.
Okay, we are live now. So,
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to Life Transforming Center. It's Sunday again, and we welcome you to this amazing program, a place of information, transformation, encouragement, and inspiration. So I welcome all the other panelists, and I'll hand it over to Mr. Trematin.
thank you, Sister. I appreciate it. Welcome. First, good afternoon, good evening, whatever that you're hearing from us or you watching. We welcome all of you. If it's Sunday, it's transformation. We need that transformation to get the breakthrough. Without transformation, there's not going to be breakthrough. So I welcome all of you. Today is going to be exceptional. Today is going to talk about health. The past 2 weeks we talk about marriages. Before that we talk about money and finances. Today is health. Now, if you see the sequence of what we talk about, we talk about money, which is very essential in our life. We talk about marriages, partnership, which is also very important. Now, today, we're going to talk about the most important of all of this, our health, because our health is our wealth. Without health, there's nothing. So, today, who is going to talk about one and only rich lady, coach for health and wellness? I know this lady for almost like 5, 6 years or more, and I know what she's doing around the world helping people. So today she's here. She's going to help us with our health. So, rich lady, are you on?
Yes, if you can you hear me okay?
I can hear you
Yes.
loud and clear. And are you
Yes.
ready for our audience?
Oh, yes, I'm ever ready.
But you know how they say is when the students are ready, the teacher will appear. But they've been ready. They were waiting for the teacher. So now over to you. Take it over.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tremantin. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. So, we're going to talk about some common reasons why you are not losing weight as much as you expected it to be. So, I'll first introduce myself. Just like Mr. Tremantin said, my name is Felicia Habia, aka Rich Lady.
Mm.
5 years ago, I decided to transform my life, to change my weight and my health. At the beginning, it was really, really tough. It was very, very, very difficult to start, even to run for a few miles here and there. It wasn't easy. Changing my eating habits was really tough. But like the saying goes, with a determined mindset and a focused vision, success is not far from reach. So, with that, I decided to take it one day at a time, learning from my mistakes, learning from others' experiences. And today, I've been able to shed off most of the unwanted weight. And now I am living a healthy living lifestyle. I am running marathons. I am doing so many physical activities that I never dreamt of doing it 5 years ago. And I'm now helping lots of people around the world. Some are in the UK, some are in Ghana, some are in America, helping them transform their lives from the inside out. So many times they're asking, why is the weight not coming up? What's happening? So I thought, okay, let's discuss about this. Why? What are some of the common reasons why you are not seeing any results, even when you are putting in or you think you are putting in the efforts? So, we're going to talk about some common reasons. There are so many reasons, but I've just selected just a few for us to talk about. So, please put in your questions if you've got any, and let's discuss. Okay, so the first reason that I have got here, that you might have reached a weight loss plateau. Okay, because when you start losing weight, you might lose a lot of weight from the beginning. You might shed a lot of weight from the beginning, but then maintaining it in the long term, you might reach a plateau. So, why do you reach a plateau? Maybe you are working out, so you are gaining muscle mass. So if you are gaining muscle mass, which is heavier than the fat, so then you stand on the scale or the weighing scale, and you might think there is no difference here. I've been doing all these exercises. I'm eating well, but I'm not seeing any changes on the weighing
Mhm.
scale. Okay, you might be losing weight, okay, but you might not realize it because it's not shifting on the scale. So you might have reached a weight loss plateau. Okay, so that's the first one. And for you to know that you are losing weight, your clothing, your weight size, check that one.
Mhm.
Because mostly I tell my clients, check your clothing. If the clothing that you used to wear, you can now fit in better. Okay, maybe the first times you were struggling in your clothing, but now you can feel there are some leeway. It feels much better on you. Your weight size is just, slimming down, but if you're not seeing any differences in your weight or the scale, you might be losing weight, but you're not realizing that. Okay, so that's one thing you have to bear in mind. So, and then the second one, it, which will be a common reason that you are not losing weight as you expect it to be, is that you are eating too much junk food. Too much junk food. You might think, oh, just a nibble here and a nibble there, and a nibble here and a nibble there. Because you are not having a big plate of junk food, you might think that it's not too much. Okay, so you might be piling on the calories, but you might not be realizing it. And especially we, the mothers or the parents, you serve your kids some meals, okay, some really lovely, delicious food. You cooked it with love, you took your time, and then they've eaten some and they've not finished it. And instead of putting the remaining, if possible, or if you can be eating later in the fridge or covering up for later, you might be like, okay, I'll have it. Instead of it going to waste, let me have it. So you have the leftover for breakfast, maybe you have the leftover from the kids for lunch, and then you have the leftover again at tea time or in the evening. You are piling on calories without realizing it. So it could be some of the common reason why you are not losing weight as you are expecting it to be. Okay, so that's the next one. So the other one is that you are not eating enough protein. Eating lots of protein helps you stay fuller for longer. Okay, so especially they advise that you eat most of your protein as breakfast in the morning, so then through the day you stay fuller for longer. Okay, so I hope these few ones, you get what I'm talking about. If you have any questions, please, please, please do ask your questions, and then the moderator will let me know, and then I'll answer your questions. Okay, so eat enough protein. Eating protein helps you stay fuller for longer. It helps curb your appetite, and eat good protein. What are some of the good proteins? Animal fat or animal food or plant protein. I will say, like, recommend more of plant protein. Okay, eating your peanuts, beans, almonds, um was this one called um avocado. Yes, avocado. They are all packed with good protein. So eat your protein, enough of it, so you keep feeling fuller for longer. Okay, so the next reason, or the next common reason, while the next common reason that you are not losing weight, and you may not know why, is because you may have a
Miss
medical.
Rich Lady, can
Yes.
you pause here? We need to ask you this question. To clarify, what is the weight loss? You say weight loss plateau.
Yes, so the
Can
weight
you put
loss
more
plateau
light
is
on?
when you
Mhm.
stop losing weight. You are not seeing any difference in your weight loss, routine, or
So what
like
causes
your
that?
body.
What causes that?
So what causes that? It can be you have a low metabolism. So you
Okay.
are not
Okay.
burning as much, calories or fat as you used to when you started. Because when you started, like when I started, oh my goodness, I lost weight. But it will get to a time that you are not burning as much as your body will burn when you get to certain level. So that's what they call weight loss plateau. You are not burning anymore.
So I
But
think, okay. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Continue.
but there are times that you are not seeing the difference in the scale. And that's one thing that I like to, you know, advise people or mention, that though you are not seeing differences in your weight scale, but if you can feel some difference in your clothes that you've worn, that means you are still losing weight, but you are not seeing the difference, because you are losing body fat, but you are gaining muscle mass, which is more heavier than the body fat.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so that's when you reach that plateau. You are not seeing that I'm not losing weight. It's 60 kg last week. I have been running, I have been jogging, I have been eating well, I've been skipping. But 2 weeks ago, it's still 60 kg. What's happening here? But if this happens, and your your waist
Mm-hmm.
is still like, it's your clothes are still fitting you, you are feeling okay in your clothing, and everything seems okay, but there are no difference in the weighing scale, you might think you have reached the plateau, but you are still burning.
Okay. Okay. Can I follow up with another question, if you
Mm-hmm.
can? So, one thing that I found about weight and other things, when people are about to put on weight, it creeps on them gradually. That is not noticeable. Before they know, blown up. And sometimes, too, different people have different parts of the body where the fats or the weight or the load captured.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now, what this is, that to lose that kind of weight. Let's say some people have it in their abdomen, some people have it around their neck, their cheek, under their cheek, and all that. So, is the nutrition and exercise can affect every part, or it has to be targeted? And if it's that, how do you, let's say, lose particular fat on a particular part of the body?
Okay, so with that, some people do talk about targeted weight loss,
Okay.
but the body is a wonderful machine.
Hmm.
We all have our unique bodies, and it does work overall. So when
Hmm.
you're eating certain foods, you are doing certain exercises, you will lose overall weight. But then there are some targeted exercises that you can do that will help make other body parts of you grow bigger muscles, or help you grow lean muscles as well in certain areas. So then you'll be like, the tummy will go flatter, the arms are bigger, and your chest are bigger. So
Hmm.
there are certain exercises, when you concentrate doing those forms of exercises,
Hmm.
though you'll be gaining, muscles in some areas, but some
Hmm.
particular areas you gain more muscles, because the more work you put in there, the more
Hmm.
they grow.
Okay.
So there
Mm,
is that
okay.
one as well. But then overall, you'll be losing an overall body weight. But we can see from the weight lifters, the bodybuilders, some are really, really huge, but they can lift really heavy, heavy weights. So
Hmm.
it goes to show that, maybe they are taking some hormonal, medication or something that they are doing, that despite all these weights that they are able to lift,
Hmm.
they are still not like as slim as we would think they will be,
Hmm.
or they are still lifting, but then they are not eating healthy.
Okay. Hmm.
Hmm.
Then
That's a little confusing there. Can you clarify a little?
yeah, yeah, you can see. you can see people that can lift. I know one lady that can lift 200 kg, 300 kg of weight, but she's bigger than me. So she's got the strength, she's got the muscle strength to
Mm-hmm.
lift and do bodybuilding and weightlifting, go to all this championship, but she doesn't have six packs and all of those things that you might think she's just gonna lose weight and be slimmer, but she's
Mm-hmm.
not. So she's got the strength, okay, because she's been doing all this strength
Mhm.
training. She's
Mhm.
got that. But if she's not eating the right foods, you'll be piling up the weight, but then she's got the strength. That's why we can see some people, even when I'm doing all this, my marathon, I can see this heavy person racing, and she's even faster than me. But I look at
Yeah.
myself and I'm slimmer, or, you know, I'm not as big as this person, but they have this strength that they are able to
Yeah.
even do more. So that's when it gets confusing, but that's how it is.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, my question again is that for you
Mhm.
saying that you are slimmer and the
Mhm.
other person is bigger than you, far bigger than you, yes, though she has more strength and
Mhm.
she can run faster than you.
Mhm.
So, isn't that what you said that they are eating junk food and all those things? I don't think that is the thing, because if they are eating junk food, they wouldn't be able to have that strength. They'll be tired because junk food makes you tired, right?
But
So
then,
I think that some people,
mhm.
generally, they can't lose physically, they can't lose the weight, but they eat right, but still they have the weight on, and it's not a bad weight. So when you see like that, like qualified, like people that they are tiny, they eat good, they eat good food, that is, and then people that are big, they eat junk food, that's why they are big. But I don't think it's like that. Can you clarify that area?
No, I don't say that like in general. No. Some
Mm,
people are like that. Some people, because of medication and all of that,
mhm,
they are not able to lose weight. It has affected their weight loss. So it's like that. Some people as well, you can see this weight training and you can see the amount of food that they are eating. It's not even, there is not even much, vegetables. You can see it on TV, all these weight training people, some don't eat right, but because they keep practicing, they have strength in that part of their body with the muscles. Like, I can
mhm,
run. When I started the weight training, I realized, no, I have some weakness in my arms. I haven't
mhm,
trained that part of my muscles, so it is weak, but I can do a marathon. Okay. And then my instructor also said she can't do a marathon. She can't run that, but then she will be on the teaching floor and she will work out how many times a
mhm.
day. So it all depends on the areas of the muscles that they have strengthened.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All right.
that's where I am coming from. But with the junk food, yes, some people, they will train and train and train, but then they
Mm-hmm.
will eat the junk food and then they will burn off, but then they'll go eat it. So they've got that cycle. They've got that cycle going on as well.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. So,
So,
for this,
okay.
sorry, Mr. Martin.
That's
Mhm.
okay.
Okay, go ahead, Pastor P.
Okay. For this matter, we are not really talking about the people that they train. In general, why some people cannot lose weight. It's
Yeah.
not about those who train, but that some people they eat good, they tried everything. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
so they can't lose weight, but they have the strength, they can do anything. And there are some people that are tiny, they can't even walk. They walk,
No.
1 mile, they are falling down, they are tired. Yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh. And
Okay.
it's very true. It's
Yeah,
very
and I
true.
know
So,
that's what is, a lot of people is bothering them. Like, people
mhm.
think people that are big. I don't want us to label people,
No.
people that are big, they eat junk food, and people that are small are stronger, like they eat good food. Yeah, that
No,
is
no,
not.
no, no. We are. I'll put in a disclaimer there like that.
Yeah.
It
Mm-hmm.
was just an example to say that you might see people doing weight training and building muscles, but like I said, they are big. And some of them do eat junk food. But because they keep training and they keep training, it's just balancing things up, really.
Mm-hmm.
But then it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that one is slimmer, it means that they eat healthy. Maybe they all they have is just, chocolates here and there, and they are not really eating much. So you might think they are eating healthy, but they are not. Okay. And
Yeah,
some of them,
that
yeah.
is where I don't want us to assume things like, so I'm still on it because it's not clear here and we are doing a video to general
Mm-hmm,
public.
mm-hmm.
So when you say that we are not in anybody's house
No.
to judge anyone. So there are some people, they are small, they are small. I have a friend, she can eat three kenke and her belly is so flat. She's
Yeah.
tiny.
Mm-hmm,
And I'm not a big person. I'm small too, but I can't even eat a whole kenke. My belly will be full. But for her, she can eat and eat. She does not gain any weight, and she is good. Yeah, she is good. She can eat whatever that she wants, but she doesn't even eat junk food. But sometimes she will. Yes, though she doesn't gain any weight. So naturally, there are some people they are like that. They have high metabolism, and
mm-hmm,
so and their hormones are also working right, and
mm-hmm.
so that's why and their gene, their
Yeah,
gene
genetic.
genetically, they
Mhm.
cannot, they were born like that. That is how they were created. And there are some people they will eat all kinds of good food, yes, though, you know, they are gaining and gaining because it
Yeah,
can be what their metabolism is slow, their cells are not working right, and also they have a lot of inflammation in their body. If they have a
yeah,
lot of inflammation in their body, there's no way you have a good metabolism. Yeah.
yeah.
So I
And
think that would be also the reason. Yeah.
yes, and I agree with you on that. And also some people, because of medical conditions like
Hmm.
hypothyroidism,
Yeah. Yeah.
the polycystic ovarian syndrome is also there.
Hashimoto is also another one that they discovered is worse than thyroid because
Mm-hmm,
a lot of people have been made diagnosed of thyroid. Meanwhile, it's Hashimoto. Yeah, and
mm-hmm,
so Hashimoto is one of the things a lot of people cannot lose weight, but
mm-hmm.
it's one of the hidden medical condition that it's hard for doctors to find out that you have that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And also some medication also can curb your weight loss, program as well, or your
Mm-hmm.
your your, your inability to lose weight. Some
Mm-hmm.
medication can even enhance your weight gain. They can even make
Yes.
you
Mhm.
put
Mm-hmm.
on weight. So it could be one of the medical conditions, one of the reasons why you are not seeing any weight loss results. So we'll move on. If you have any questions at all, you can ask, or I can move on to the next ones I've got. But thanks for
Okay.
making that clarification as well. I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome. Yeah. Mr. Chematin wanted to ask a question.
I think you can move on later on
Okay, okay,
for the
thank
sake
you.
of the time. Yeah.
Okay, so another reason why you are not seeing any, like you are not seeing any results in your weight loss journey, or you are not seeing as much weight loss that you expected it to be, is that you might not be eating whole foods. Okay, so what are whole foods? It's just like the food that comes in their natural form: carrots, potatoes, rice. Especially, let's talk about rice. With rice, they have processed that we have the white rice, but
Mhm.
mainly the natural form of rice is brown rice. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. Mhm.
Yes, but because it has highly been processed, and then we have the white, right? So then it's taking away lots of its nutrients from it. And then with potatoes as well. Okay, we can have the chips, which you can do it yourself when you do it at home, but then when you buy it from the takeaway places, they've added all sorts of things to it. Or even if they fried it, they have fried it in all this overused oil as
Mhm.
well, which is not healthy to our bodies. Okay, or even if you buying the food and you buying it in canned foods, they've added all these preservatives and additives and all of that. So you might think, oh, it is, potatoes is mashed, so it's okay, or it's maybe canned peas is okay, but they have put certain things in it to preserve it for it to stay longer, so it's not in its original form. So then you might be putting certain things in your body which may end up being toxins, and then it's going to fight against the body, and it might be causing blockages and all of that. And so your weight loss is not really happening as you expect it to be. And also another thing, I think we did talk about it first, but in another form. Another reason why you are not losing weight as much as you expect it to be is that you're not doing strength training. You are not lifting weights. You are not doing lots of other exercises, because strength training or weight training, where even when you finish the exercises, you are still, you know, burning calories even at your resting mode. So that's where they say train smart, train in a smart way, because strength training increases your metabolic rate as well. You're able to burn more fats. You are building more muscle mass, because they say when you are losing weight, you are losing the fat, you may also be losing muscle mass alongside it. So the more strength training you are doing, you are building more muscle mass, which will help you look well toned, having, looking more fitter and stronger. And you'll be burning more fat as well. Okay, whilst you're in your resting mode. So that's the best one I like. I really, really like it. And I do check my resting calorie burnt. I use this app and I'm like, wow, even during the exercise, I didn't burn as much, calories than I was resting. And it's even higher. It's higher
Mhm.
than when I was exercising. So that's when they say train smartly. Okay, losing weight in a more smarter way. So we'll move on
Yeah,
to
let's ask a question about the resting because it's important in losing weight.
mm,
Yes, a lot of people don't understand the resting. Resting is not just like laying down, sleeping. That's so many people they sleep, but they don't have a better sleep.
mm,
They don't know the sleeping cycle that you have to go through, the five sleeping cycle. They may only go through three. You are sleeping, but you are snoring. Your mind is tired. Your mind is all over. Your mind is not resting. In that way, will you be able to lose weight whereby you are resting, but you are not really resting? Your body is not resting. It's not at rest.
yeah, so we're gonna come to that. Lack of
Okay.
sleep. So it's also another way. I was just touching on the lifting of weights and being in losing, calories or burning calories in your resting mode. But just as you have said, not having quality sleep or quality rest can impact on your weight loss journey or your weight loss um um wanting to lose weight. It can impact on it greatly. So because like when you rest or when you sleep, that's when the body is able to break down, to repair, to rejuvenate the body, all the toxins. The body is such a wonderful machine. It does its work when we are sleeping. That's why they say give yourself about 7 to 8 hours of good night's sleep.
Mhm.
So it's really, really good. It helps in your weight loss process in your body, I would
Mhm.
say. Pardon me if it's not the right way to say it, but it helps really, really, really well. Having a good night's sleep, a good quality sleep, drinking enough water through the day, or
Mhm.
even before you go to bed. But maybe if you're somebody who needs the toilet often, maybe you do it an hour before you go to bed, because the body needs the water in the system to be able to eliminate most of the toxins that it needs to eliminate at the time so that you have a good rest. Your
Mhm.
body will be able to break down, to repair, to rejuvenate. You wake up feeling well rested. But
Mm.
if not, you go to sleep, you wake up, you feel so tired, you feel headache because you are dehydrated. The body has been working so hard whilst you are fast asleep. And our body, they say it's about 70% of water. So
Mhm.
if you don't have enough water in the system for the body to use it to do its work that it has been programmed to do, you wake up feeling so tired because things are overworking. They are doing more to break down, things that needs to be breaking down and things that needs to be repaired. I don't know if you have anything else to add, Auntie Patience. I know you are good in your field as well when it comes to health and nutrition. So maybe you can put more light on it.
No, move on, please. Thank
Okay,
you.
that's okay. Thank you. So the next one will be you are still drinking sugar. And yes, so one of the common reasons why you are not seeing any results or much results in your weight loss, as you expect it to be, is that you are still drinking sugar. You are still drinking your fizzy drinks. Even with the juices that they sell, like smoothies and all of that, they've added lots of sweetness to it
Yeah.
and they are not healthy. So you are still drinking your sugar, even if, and that the reason why I laughed is when I started with my weight loss journey and I started with my smoothies. Um, I was thinking the more natural things I add to my smoothies, the better. Okay, but then I watched this lady and she said one thing that changed how I made my smoothies. She said it the more, what did she say? Um Natural does not mean it's healthy.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Natural does not mean it's healthy. So then you pile on the bananas, too much banana. The fact that banana is natural, having too much of it is not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was the mistake that I made from the beginning. And I know most people are making the same mistake. When you are doing your juices and your smoothies, especially from the house, try to put in a small, portion of fruits as much as you can, like
Mm-hmm.
very small portion of fruit, just to sweeten it a little bit. And so I developed the concept that the bitter, the better.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then more vegetables, more lemons, more citrus, fruits as well, and more vegetables to your smoothies so that you are not drinking too much sugar. Um, and then at the end, you may not see any results. So stop drinking your sugar and you will see a massive transformation in your weight loss.
Yeah,
Okay.
let
Okay.
me add a little bit to the fruits and veggies thing here, especially on the fruit side. We need to be very, very careful. We think, as the woman said, we think, oh, it's natural, it's fruit, and so I can eat as many bananas, many oranges, whatever that, or the citrus or the berries as I want. Some people, your body metabolism, you don't need more acid in your body again. So you,
Mhm.
before you go on the journey of losing weight, you need to check with your physician and make sure that how is your metabolism working, which a chemical is component is having a lot in your body. You need to check those things, because the problem is, if you are not careful and you think, oh, I'm eating more citrus, I'm eating dates, all fruit, and you are not adding any carbohydrate, nothing else, you can have leaky guts, where a lot of people can lose their life through that, because it can get into your bloodstream and it can destroy you completely.
Mm.
So we need
Wow.
to be careful. So I go this way when it comes to smoothie and fruits and veggies are not really bad, but the fruits you have to be careful. Make sure you eating a little portion of everything, not too much of this, not too many of this, just a little portion. Why it's good for us to eat more like the bitter stuff, like the berries, not the the blueberries, the elderberries. They are the sour ones are better than the things that are more sweeter. That's what I think for you, maybe you cannot go to your doctor to check that. To be on the safer side, I think we should just do a little of everything, you know, so that you stay at the metabolism side, yeah, homeostasis. So you stay in your homeostasis side that you don't have too much of this, too much of everything will be balanced.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And I just want to add to the sugar part because during my early days as well, oh my God, when you're starting all these things, you're just following what others are doing and you just be learning from your own experiences and the experiences of others. So it was around the summertime and cherries were in abundance.
Mm-hmm.
So for here in Scotland, it's like everywhere. You can just go and pick them and we can juice them. We can get
Wow.
gallons of fresh cherries. So I was so happy. Oh, fresh cherries. And I had I had doctor's appointment that afternoon. And in that morning, I had a glass of fresh cherry juice before I went
Mm-hmm.
to my appointment in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at that time I was going through so many things with my masters and my hair, and the stress was falling out, so they wanted to do some blood work to see what's actually happening. And I'm not friends with the needles, so it was really hard to go and get the needles in and take blood. And then the next day I had a call and they said, what did I have in that? What did I have? And I
Mhm.
said, what happened? They said, your blood is full of glucose. It's full of sugar.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, whoa, I only had a glass. I didn't really eat much.
Mm-hmm.
I only had a glass of cherries. It's not like I've had fizzy drink. Glass of
Mhm.
cherries. That blood was rejected. I was
Mm-hmm.
asked
Wow.
to fast.
Wow.
Yes, I was asked to
Wow.
fast the whole day before I come for my blood done, and then I
Wow.
can eat afterwards. They rejected my blood.
Mm-hmm.
A glass of cherries,
Yeah.
they couldn't use that blood for anything. They
Yeah.
rejected it. So
Wow.
that was a lesson for me as well. Stop drinking your sugar, whether it's fruits
Wow.
or
Mm-hmm.
fizzy drink or store-bought smoothies. Just be careful.
Yes.
Just be
Okay.
careful.
So I love cherries too. So when you go and buy the cherries, how many is a good portion to eat? Just three, four, or five? Because with fruit like that, you keep eating and you keep eating and you keep eating.
Yeah, maybe a few hand portion, but because it
Mhm,
depends on the sizes as well. Because for
mhm,
here, they are really bigger sizes and they are
mhm,
very, very juicy
mhm,
and sweet. Some are bitter, but for us, the ones I got, they are
mhm.
so juicy and so big as well. So it would
Okay.
depend on your, like Auntie said, your metabolism, your
Mm-hmm.
body, composition, and all of the things. So you just have to know yourself as well. But I would advise just a few hand portion, depending on the sizes, or
Mm-hmm.
just have maybe five if you
Yeah.
can, just a
Okay.
few. Okay, but yeah, I was really taken aback and I was
So
like,
that's
my
scary.
goodness.
What happened to you? Like they
Yes,
rejected
Yeah.
that. That's scary. You see, if
very.
you didn't
So,
go to the doctors and you kept continue drinking cherry drink, whatever,
Yeah,
you wouldn't have like one day
you
you wake up
wouldn't
and you
know.
have all kinds of stuff. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to
Wow.
see. You wouldn't be able to do this, and people don't realize that fruits are
Mm,
also bad for us.
Yeah,
mhm,
and
So
especially
that's
in
why
the
I say
summer.
eat that portion.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the summer where you go out and they are in abundance and you go to all these farms and you just go and you help yourself to strawberries. You just eating them because they are sweet and you think they are natural, but it's not healthy.
No. And
Having
also, we
Yeah.
should think that, nowadays, most of the things that they are growing is not native. It's
mm,
natural. Natural and native is different.
mhm,
Native is like when our Ghana back home, where our grandparents used to have, like the farm, a farm
yeah.
produce. Those that
Mhm,
we
Mhm.
normally we don't have that. Even in organic, it's not pure organic. It may be 75% organic because yeah, it's kind of we need to be careful. So advice is when you buy fruits, keep it there. When you go to the farm, don't eat fruit from the farm. Bring it home, wash it well with maybe vinegar, something, or
yeah.
or just water, and let it be there for 3 days. By the time it's 3 days, all the toxins, the chemicals, everything is gone, and eat not, just not a lot of them, but just proportionate everything that you eat. It does not matter if it's banana. If you eat too much, like maybe you have the some kind of fruit like pineapple and acidic stuff.
Yeah,
You
grapes also is part of it. Yeah.
yeah, and grapes and other grapes, other stuff. You can be going and going to your gastrointestinal walls. You can be going and going and going, and you will have issues with your colon. You
Mm,
can have Crohn disease, and so we
mhm,
need to be very careful with that.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. So I
Uh,
know we are. Yeah.
Mm,
Sorry.
I
we
think,
have 10 minutes.
sister, I want to go. Right, you want to say something?
Oh no, I was just looking at the time.
Oh, okay. If you have a little bit of time, let me ask this. Rich lady, I've heard this from people, but I don't know how true it is. But you being expert on that, does weight, no, does age affect people's weight? Because I've heard that they say when you are aging, you have having that you put on weight. Uh, that's not the case of me. I'm I'm in the group of people that it doesn't matter what they eat, nothing happened. Um, I'm still the same. People who know me 10, 15, 20 years ago, they see me, they say I still look the same. Uh, so it doesn't. So how true it is, like um, age affects uh, weight loss, sorry, weight gains. And is it true?
So I don't think it's true. That's my
Okay.
view.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know there are people in their 70s and they are looking fit and well and healthy.
Okay.
And there are people also in their 20s, they
Mm-hmm.
are very big or they've
Mm-hmm.
increased weight. So I don't think weight is a factor.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe when it becomes a factor, it's having that slow metabolism because as we
Mm-hmm.
age, our metabolism rate also slows. But what you can do to pick that up or to increase that is
Mm-hmm.
just being physically active.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are people when they get to certain age, their
Mm-hmm.
physical activities they slow down.
Mm-hmm.
Where when I'll give myself an example. When I was young, I eat whatever I want to eat. I'm not conscious. I
Mm-hmm.
eat my bangkun, I eat my fufu, I eat my white rice. I just eat and drink fizzies and malt was like a thing of that, in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But because at that youthful, I'm still youthful, but pardon me,
Yeah,
at
that's why
that
I'm still like, yeah, I know.
young age, let's say 16, 18, 20, like teenage years before I had my kids, I was walk miles and miles. Even when your parents give you money for transport, you decide to walk it. So though you are eating not health in a healthy way, you are always walking, so you are burning off, so you're always staying fitter and stronger and able to do things.
Mm-hmm.
But now, as we age or as we get comfortable, as we're able to afford things, instead of walking like maybe 2 kilometers, we just call a taxi or we get in our car. So the sedentary lifestyle is what is making most people gain weight as they age. That would be one factor.
Okay.
as well. Or maybe some illnesses will also come in. There are some
Mm-hmm.
medications that you may be taking as you age that is stopping your weight loss or is curbing it, so you're not able to lose weight, or is
Mm-hmm.
reducing your metabolism as well. So I think lots of factors play in as you age. But there are people who are 70s and they are looking great. They are looking fitter and stronger and healthy. And like Auntie said in the yeah, Pastor Patient said, your genes will also play parts, your
Genetic.
body composition
Mm-hmm.
will also play a part. So there are
Mm-hmm.
so many factors when it comes to that. I don't know if Pastor Patient can add anything to that.
Yeah. Also, what I want to add is that for you, age is also sometimes a factor and it's not at the same time. As Rich Lady said, as we age, our metabolism is not the same, it goes down. And the reason is toxins in our body. As we are aging, the toxins are becoming many and more in our body system. And even now, our era is not the same as before. A lot of toxic stuff everywhere, all around so but there are some people you are not gaining weight in your maybe your belly, whatever, not the
Mm-hmm.
whole body gaining weight, but check your arms. Is your arms getting bigger and wrinkles under your chin? Have you checked there? That one is a lot of stuff. Like check under your chin. You are not bodily,
Mm-hmm.
you are not gaining weight, but at your face, you are gaining weight.
Mm-hmm.
Under your chin, which is problem for many people. Bodily,
Mm-hmm.
they are fine, but under their chin, they are having double chin. Something is coming down. Check your thighs. Your thighs are getting bigger or smaller. Are you building muscles? Actually, which lady said, you need muscle, not the fats, yeah. And is it becoming looser? Are you losing the elasticity of your skin? That means you are gaining weight somewhere that you don't know. Some people gain weight, but it's not outwardly, it's inwardly, which is very, very dangerous. Yeah, because the fat is covering all your inner stuff, your arteries, your nerves, your brain, everywhere, your guts, yeah, and your colon. Some people, so yeah, so you may not be gaining weight, but make sure you have your muscle density is right. Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you. I know time is fast approaching, so I'm just going to summarize what we have talked about. I don't know if there are any questions in the chat or
No,
comment
nobody
section.
is watching.
Okay, okay, that's fine. So, some of the common reasons, in summary, some of the common reasons why you are not losing weight as expected is one, you may have reached a weight loss plateau. You may be
Mm-hmm.
drinking too much sugar. You may have a medical condition. Um, you are not eating enough protein. You are not lifting weight. You are not eating whole foods. You are not sleeping well. And yeah, I think these are the topics we have covered so far. I had a lot, but because of time, we'll bring this to a summary right now. So if anybody has got anything else to share.
All right. Wow. We've learned a lot today. As the body, the food, the metabolism, the age, the skin. It's just amazing. Um, as we continue to do this every week, we want people to engage, people to reach out again, ask more questions. We are here to help. So we want to hear from more of our audience, people who come and share the platform with us. We want to hear from you. Reach out, ask more questions. Uh, Pastor, no, Sister, has anything in the chat that we can respond to?
No, no, and we're alone. I just realized I put it in the public, the private chat when I set up
Oh,
the event because of the problems we're having the previous week with the link. When Pastor P suggested do it to only to your wall, I did that, but I assumed that it was public. And so when she said she wasn't seeing the link, I'd gone back and checked and it was private and I couldn't see any option to change it. So if I'd become aware, earlier, I could have deleted it and gone and redone it, but I assume that it's coming straight here and I just only realized. So it's rather unfortunate. My apologies about that.
Oh, so we are not on live, not live to the
No,
audience.
the event sheet is showing that it's private because I streamed only to my wall. And I don't know why, even in StreamYard, because I was off camera, I was checking all that. I went back, there was no option to change it. So I'm not sure why it's set it up as
I think
private.
we can end it and then we talk about this offline because there's a way maybe you can post from StreamYard and then we
Yeah.
share
Okay.
later.
Okay.
So we don't have to talk about that now.
Okay. But at least the audience can hear us. They were able to hear what we were talking
We
about.
will
Yes.
talk about that after.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we can end it now, Auntie, and then we can talk about that off air. Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
Okay. So we thank everyone that was watching and those who could see us or do the replay. We thank you all. Keep sharing the benefit of why we cannot lose weight. It's hard. The most common things. That's why our sister Rich Lady talk about today. And it's so good for us to learn about all these things. So keep sharing. As you do the replay, keep sharing with your friends, family members, loved ones, and share in groups too so that other people can see it. Stay blessed. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.